every town you got their own indigenous dances and everything right here in America. You
Mm-hmm.
just don't understand it's indigenous because they done took the indigenous out of you. So
Yeah.
you don't understand you indigenous. So you don't have a land, basically. You're just here. And when you claim being an African American, or you say you African, you don't get a land. You don't have one. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's why Pan-Africanism doesn't work for our people. Because guess what? When a Nigerian, a South African, a Kenyan, somebody from Zimbabwe claim Pan-Africanism, which they should as an African continent come together. When they claim Pan-Africanism, guess what? They still get to be indigenous. Even Jamaica, who is an island of American Indians, that's the truth, and Haiti and all the Trinidad, Barbados, all those other islands, they're really American Indians. But let's say, hey, they want to claim Pan-Africanism. Guess what? They still, since their island is homogenous, most of the people look like them on an island, it's not
Yeah.
hurting them as much as it hurt us. When we say we Pan-Africans, you automatically don't get a land. You're the only one trading in being indigenous and having a land to have a label of African. And it is not real. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't exist. And this is 14 years of research coming up. It don't exist. It's an illusion. And when
Mm-hmm.
people understand how this illusion went down, they'll understand how we can start fixing the problem and finding solutions. Because you're never going to fix the solutions of all our communities in America until we start understanding who are we and where do we come from. You can't fix the
Right.
solution if you're looking inside the box for the solution. See, the benefit of this is that they told us we was from Africa, so millions of us. I know you did, me, a lot of people too. What they
Mm-hmm.
don't get, we went to research Africa first.
Yeah.
We
We
got in
did.
tune with, we read about Africa first. That's
Yeah.
why I say, like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Take the things you learned about Africa, not get in tune with the Americans and study the American continent. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really play us because they thought we was going to be stuck in Africa. They was going to bring the Africans over here. We're going to mix in. Oh, now we got them gone. Paper genocide complete.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
understand that our people knew they was going to wake up. You know what I'm saying? When you look at all prophecies, the Egyptians knew they was going to the underworld. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The Bible say the Israelites, they knew that their temples was going to be burned down. What people don't understand, this is the time of the temples being burned down. You living in that time. People
Yeah.
think this was thousands of years ago. No, you're living in a time. You can go look at Mexico. When you see the grass over those temples in Mexico, when you see these World Fair structures that automatically just disappeared, they built all these magnificent cities right in America that
Mm-hmm.
somehow was abandoned, and they just tore them down. This architecture, they still don't build to this day. They don't build this architecture to this day. But they built this temporarily for a World Fair, and they burnt them down.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, every city got a fire. But again, this is the time they burnt it. This is the time of the temples being burned down. This is time when they sacked Jerusalem. That's why the World Fair in St. Louis, again, anybody can look this up right now. The World Fair of St. Louis was called the Conquest of Jerusalem. And right in St. Louis, where again, one of the biggest pyramids is at, Cahokia,
Ooh.
Illinois. It's called the
Man.
Conquest of Jerusalem. You can't make this shit up. I'm serious.
Man,
I
I
want
believe
everybody,
you.
they can look it up. The World Fair in St. Louis, what was the name of it? You know, they going to say the same thing, Expo, but if you go deeper to it, it's called the Conquest of Jerusalem. They was emulating that. But why would you be emulating the conquest of Jerusalem in America for a World Fair? What are you celebrating?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I did a show about Mid Creek Valley. I don't know if you ever heard about that, but that was a all black community where the arch is at. Because the arch didn't exist.
Oh, no,
Back
but I never heard it, but I can believe it because, you know, a lot of stuff they built on top of the community.
yeah, so what happened was the city pretty much had pretty much took over that entire community and pretty much condemned the properties and stuff like that. So they get made black people vacate from their own homes
That's
and
wild.
put them in the hood because they wanted that land. They wanted that for tourism and this and that. So they bulldozed their entire communities, and some black folks were still in their homes when they did this shit.
That's
So
crazy.
so there was murder. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the arch. That's where like the stadium. That's where like
That's
everything is at.
wild. But it's so
Yeah.
much history over there, bro, too. And like I say, Cahokia, Again, anybody watching, go check that out and just look more into Cahokia. Cahokia, that was really the whole center of the Mississippian Valley. Because you understand, in St. Louis, with that Gateway Arch, they call it the Gateway to the West. Because
Mm-hmm.
then you have a river called the Missouri River that takes you all the way to Montana and Idaho. So you
Damn.
could take that river right at St. Louis. That's why they had an arch there. So when they conquered that city, which again anciently was called Cahokia,
Mm-hmm.
but when they conquered it, they made a gateway to the west, the Lewis and Clark expedition, and they could take that Missouri River. Because again, the Mississippi River, you said it earlier, it's the Mississippi River. What people don't realize, you can hit the Mississippi River and get anywhere in the Americas.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like 7 rivers that go off the Mississippi River. So it's the Mississippi River, but then you got the Ohio River, the Tennessee River, the Arkansas River, the Red River, the Missouri River. These
Mm-hmm.
7 streams in the Nile, they're not over there. You know what I'm saying? They're not over there. That's just the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I
when
know
you
what
do
you
have the
mean.
7 streams, or where the 4 parted in Genesis, where the 4 rivers parted, try to find 4 river parted anywhere in the world. But where you're going to
Mm-hmm.
find it in America, this same river, where it part with the Missouri, the Ohio first, then up a little more, the Missouri. So when you start looking at the Mississippi River and all these things going on, you're gonna see in that area around St. Louis, we have I have another book called The Mound Building Culture, and it was saying
Mm-hmm.
how that was the religious center of civilization for the whole mound building or the Indians of North America. So St. Louis was an ancient city. Even talking about Missouri, another thing they talking about the Egyptian thing. It's so many similarities. When you say
Yeah.
Missouri, another name for Egypt is Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri. It's
Yep.
like you can't make this. You just can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
like for
in
real. Like
yeah.
it's in your face. But if you don't know and you're not understanding how to put the puzzle together, people gonna be confused with it.
Yeah. Even in Memphis and
Another one.
Cairo.
Exactly.
So
And I'm
we
build
ain't
up on that
stupid.
for you. Caro, and then so I did my due diligence with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So go look up Caro over in the Egypt and Africa, the Arab
Mm-hmm.
Republic of Egypt. That Caro, it's a fortress there called the Fortress of Babylon. When you start going deeper into that, the original name of that city, Caro, over there was called Babylon. There's a book out here called Babylon of Egypt that says that Caro over there, the oldest name before they just changed it to Caro recently, the oldest name of that city was called Babylon. And to prove this, you also can look, anybody can do this research right now and go look up Fortress of Babylon. And it's going to pop up in Caro, the Arab Republic of Egypt.
Yeah.
So what? How was that called Babylon? They switched it to Caro. They changed the maps. So is that really Babylon and this is really Egypt? That's where it go.
Bingo. Boom.
That's what it is.